winds have come. He
Black crow in the night, shadows dance on the ground. Whispers of the cold wind, they sing stories of grief.
all our time.
Hello, my beautiful crime family. Having some technical difficulties right now. I'm going to reload this page because I am having some difficulties. I'll be right with you. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I'm just going to run with this. For some reason, again, it isn't doing my intros and all that kind of stuff, good stuff, and it's kind of acting slow. I'm hoping everything goes right tonight because tonight's going to be a heck of a show. That's all I'm going to say. And I want to say hi to my crime family, Mrs. Johnny Knapp. Good to see you. Crime Spy, good to see you. Simply Solo, good to see you. Green Electric Manma Blog, good to see you. Randy Fur, my brother, good to see you. Crime Spy 2024, good to see you. Snow Leopard, good to see you. Meg P, good to see you. Los Angeles 2022, good to see you. Jackie Busherville, good to see you. Sue Mena, good to see you. Ellen, good to see you. James Mullen, good to see you. Carolyn Wood, good to see you. I love you too, girl. And Ro, good to see you. And everybody that's in there chatting, and they're starting to pile up here a little bit. Michelle Weddle, good to see you. Hope Norris, good to see you. They Live, good to see you. And everybody. So, yeah, we got some stuff that we want to talk about tonight, and between me and the investigators, we haven't got much sleep in the last probably couple of weeks. And good to see you, Joe P. And Angel, excuse me. Hey, Coco, my girl, good to see you. I don't know if Leah's here or not. She should be, but I don't see her. Deborah Ackland, good to see you, my girl. So let's get on with it. I'm hoping everything runs okay. I'm going to do a test real quick. All right. I'm going to get myself out of here and try to put up a song and just see if it works or not.
A speck of
Okay, it's starting to work. It's a little bit slow, but it's starting to work. So maybe some of the things I did is finally coming to working. So anyway, let's get to the show. So I'm going to show a picture. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture. And first of all, I got to do that. And I want you to tell me if you recognize the picture and who it is. All right. Okay. Anybody recognize the picture? Y'all recognize that picture? Y'all recognize that picture? Y'all recognize that picture? You recognize where it's from? You recognize where it's from? Nope, not Enon. Enon. I haven't seen anybody say who it is yet. Grub Chuck. Thank you, Randy. That's from the Grub Chuck. Does everybody remember that picture? The guy walked and he deliberately looked into the camera like he was trying to send a message. No, not so, Walter. Actually, everybody, it's somebody you don't know, but you're going to know the last name. Who is it? His name is Jonah Chapin. Jonah Chapin. Nope, not a Moy, not a Farley. His last name is Chapin. His first name is Jonah. Yes, Mrs. Knapp. Yes, crap. So we've been digging and my investigators have been digging. And I mean, we've been up until whatever time in the morning trying to get this stuff out. And we decided to run with it tonight. So that's what we're doing. And what else do I got here? Okay, just hold on a second. So that's who that is. His name is Jonah Chapin. And we're going to get into Jonah Chapin and his little buddies here a little bit. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to go from here. Okay, so I'm going to present some more. we go. This is him. Let me blow this up. This is Jonah Chapin in prison. Okay. And this is just on March 9th. He's built up a lot more now. Okay. Of course, he was in prison, so he got to do that. Let me see where I'm at here. Exit full screen. So let's look. And here he is there again. There he is there. Okay. So let's look at him here. He's gotten a little bigger, but this is him. You got to believe me. This is what he got done in prison. Looks like it says 1995 or something there. Maybe they must have switched the picture around. That's why it's hard to read. So he's got a tattoo on his face now. Now I want you to remember this guy's name. This is Gage Forsberg. Okay. This was updated August 13th of 2022. I want you to remember that name. Again, this is this is Towner, I do believe. Isn't it?
That can't be the same dude picture I sent you.
I think that's
Who's that
Towner. Yeah, I think it is. I'll check here in a bit. Okay, so, and I want you to remember some of those names before I get into some of this other stuff. Gage Forsberg, yes. And have you heard that name before, Love Tina? And Debbie, he gives me the chills. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if it's a cousin. Yeah. 1999. I think I seen 95 actually.
It's 99.
No, it isn't.
It is.
Okay, so let me look here. What's she saying? Yeah, Brady Towner. That's the guy's name, Brady Towner. So I want you to remember those names because they're four very important people in this case, I do believe. Now I want to read you something. Have you ever heard of federal hold? Have you ever heard of a federal hold? Anybody know what that is? Thank you, Estes. Anybody know what a federal hold is? Let me read you something here. I'll be back. Okay, so here we go. Here's what a federal hold is, people. Okay. U.S. Marshals may also hold individuals for other reasons, such as fugitive apprehension, witness Okay, there you should hear me. You should hear me now, right? You hear me now?
Yep.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, there's some this computer's about ready to explode, people. I mean, really, it's about ready to explode. It's really, really full. Let me see. Am I ready for this here? I think so. Where was I going here? I did that. Let me look where I'm going here. I'm sorry, people. Things are not acting like they should be. Okay, so I'm gonna read you an article. I'm gonna bring that up and then bring this up. And where is it here? What the fuck? Where did it go here? No, not that. Oh my God. Where did it fucking go? Yeah, this has been fun this morning. Is this the one? Let me look here. Yeah, I do believe this is the one. Let me look at my. No, yeah, okay, I know. Okay, so yep, that's where I'm going. I'm hoping this is the right one. Let me know if this is the right one because it took me a while to find it. Okay, so I want to make sure this is the right one. Okay, yes, it is. So here we go. United States Attorney's Office, Eastern District of Washington. Serial offender sentenced to federal prison on drug trafficking charges. This is Wednesday, July 24th, 2024, Spokane, Washington. Vanessa R. Waldreff, United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Washington, announced that Gage Lyle Forsberg, where did we hear that name? Gage Lyle Forsberg, age 30, was sentenced after pleading guilty to distribution of 40 grams or more of a mixture or substance containing a detectable amount of fentanyl. United States District Judge Thomas O. Rice imposed a sentence of 175 months and 6 days imprisonment to be followed by 5 years supervised release. In opposing this lengthy sentence, Judge Rice considered Forsberg's extensive criminal history as well as the string of crimes Forsberg engaged in that ultimately resulted in this federal indictment. According to court documents and information presented at the sentencing hearing on October 21st, 2021, October 21st, 2021, the Spokane Police Department conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle driven by Forsberg for reckless driving. Forsberg was arrested. During a search, SPD located $1,120 on Forsberg, as well as drug paraphernalia and 9 fentanyl pills in the vehicle. Forsberg was booked into jail and ultimately released. While that case was pending, on February 4th, 2022, SPD spotted Forsberg driving a stolen vehicle. We need to look at that too. We need to keep that in mind for many different reasons. Stolen vehicle with a smashed out window. SPD arrested Forsberg, and during his search, SPD located a baggie of fentanyl pills, cash, and a loaded magazine for a handgun. Inside the vehicle, SPD located a loaded 9mm firearm with the serial number ground off. a 10 millimeter firearm that had been reported stolen, several boxes of ammunition, as well as loose rounds of ammunition, multiple knives, more than $22,000 in cash, 5 baseball-sized bags of fentanyl pills, and a bag containing heroin. SPD has also located a glass punch, which is used to break vehicle windows. Forsberg was booked into jail and ultimately released. A few days later, on February 20th, 2022, a 911 caller reported Forsberg had a weapon and was trying to start a fight at a location in Spokane. A witness saw Forsberg was armed and yelled "gun" to alert others. Forsberg took a gun out of his pants and threw it into the street. A bystander retrieved the gun and rendered it safe. When SPD arrived, Forsberg was contacted and arrested. During a search to arrest, SPD located $2,980 of Suboxone strips, a baggie containing fentanyl, a 9 millimeter magazine. The firearm Forsberg tossed in the street was a 9 millimeter pistol. Forsberg was booked into jail and ultimately released. October 26, 2022. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, ATF, and Explosives arranged a controlled buy of approximately 700 fentanyl pills from Forsberg using an undercover agent. Forsberg had 2 other individuals with him, co-defendants Jonah Chapin and Brady Towner. While the undercover agent was negotiating the sale with Forsberg, Towner brandished a gun and moved to a position of advantage behind the undercover agent. Seeing this, surveillance units gave the signal to call off the deal, and the undercover agent walked away. Forsberg then followed the agent and insisted on the sale, which they completed. Following the sale, Forsberg left the area driving a green Ford Explorer. Given the presence of a firearm and menacing conduct, law enforcement activated their emergency lights and sirens in an attempt to stop Forsberg's vehicle in Airway Heights. Forsberg failed to yield and ultimately fled, driving recklessly to escape. Forsberg was subsequently federally indicted and a warrant issued for his arrest. On November 15th, 2022, 2 days after the atrocities, November 15th, 2022, ATF saw Forsberg driving a vehicle in the Spokane area. ATF attempted to contact the vehicle. However, the vehicle attempted to flee. The vehicle was boxed in by ATF vehicles and stopped. The occupants of the vehicle were not compliant with commands, and the vehicle's windows were heavily tinted, which prevented ATF from initially seeing what was happening in the vehicle and raised safety concerns given the conduct during the October encounter. Forsberg, Chapin, and Forsberg's then-girlfriend, Eva Marie Miller, were ultimately removed from the vehicle and detained. During a search of the vehicle, agents seized bags containing large quantities of fentanyl pills and approximately $20,000 in Forsberg's backpack. Forsberg's backpack. Does anybody remember backpacks in this case? I have to see if anybody remembers anything about backpacks in this case. Does anybody remember? Okay, there was also a backpack. Backpack. Does anybody remember the Moose Lodge? Does anybody remember what happened at the Moose Lodge? Anyway, back to the backpack. So now remember, this is November 15th, 2022. Again, I'll read this. Forsberg, Chapin, okay, Jonah Chapin, and Forsberg's then girlfriend, Eva Marie Miller, were ultimately removed from the vehicle and detained. During a search of the vehicle, agency's bags contained large quantities of fentanyl pill and approximately $20,000 in Forsberg's backpack. 2 loaded handguns to include one readily accessible in the driver's door panel, which shows right here. You see this right here? Yeah. Okay, driver's door panel, boxed ammunition, several cell phones, drug ledgers, and a small amount of methamphetamine. There are also many loose fentanyl pills strewn throughout the vehicle, as if a large bag of fentanyl pills was carelessly ripped open. Chapin was found to have approximately 100 fentanyl pills in a fake battery on his person, as well as brass knuckles. And then there's that picture of the gun and money, $20,000, and fentanyl pills. More fentanyl. Check it out, people. More fentanyl pills. Forsberg's co-defendants were previously sentenced for their respective roles in Forsberg's activities. Chapin was sentenced to 40 months in prison. Towner was sentenced to 84 months in prison, and Miller was sentenced to 36 months in prison. Mr. Forsberg showed a willful disregard for the law and the safety of our communities by repeatedly engaging in drug trafficking, recklessly attempting to elude law enforcement, illegally possessing stolen firearms, and vehicle theft, stated U.S. Attorney Waldreff. Members of my office came to work every day to make Eastern Washington safe for everyone. We accomplished that by working hand in hand with our law enforcement partners to hold individuals accountable to engage in dangerous conduct and repeatedly flout the rule of law. Guns and drugs are a losing combination, particularly when used together, blah, 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 ATF. Okay, anyway, so that was the Spokane Police Department. Okay. So there's that. Now, looking for, I'm going to stop sharing that. Again, for people that haven't been in the room and know what's going on, I'm going to do this one more time. Because I think this is very important to this case, which we'll be getting into. This is Jonah Chapin. Okay. The guy is wicked. The guy is wicked. Let me see here if I can go. Oh, I got that up twice. Which one am I on? Okay, let's fix that out. Yeah. So I want to X that out, get back there, and where? Okay, I know what I'm looking for now. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do here is Where am I at here? There I am. And not that, this. Okay, that's better. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about, let's talk about rumors, shall we? Let's talk about rumors a little bit. Everybody remembers a black bag. Well, okay. We have to ask ourselves certain things about this because there was a black bag missing. If everybody remembers right, there was a black bag missing. There is a black bag missing from the Moose Lodge, okay? And that happened that night. And there was, hold on a second here. This is not being nice to me. This is not being nice to me. Hold on a second. Okay, so maybe I should just bring this up. Trying to make it so, but I think I'll just do that. So here, I'm just going to present some of the questions that we have on this, okay? And that's right here. So let's talk about rumors. How did the kids know and Kim know there was supposed to be a shakedown that night? Okay. If you look at everything that's being presented, you're going to have questions and a lot of questions because, and we want you to have those questions. There's no doubt. Where am I here? There. No. Where'd you go? There you are. Is he related to Ethan or anyone in the house or any Aryan? Nice. Okay, who's doing this? Okay. Oh, is that? Oh. Oh, hey, hi, my beautiful daughter-in-law is watching. That's nice to know. Is he related to Ethan or anyone in the house or any Aryans? And we're going to be getting into this on a different show, actually. Is this the only backpack? Is this the backpack from the Moose Lodge? We got to start asking these things. Could they have flushed something? We heard rumors of flushing. I created one rumor, okay? But there was other rumors around, and could have someone have flushed something? Is this what Maddie told Adam? And I think that's a big one. Think about this for a second. Try to think of everything that we're saying here, and why this Chapin was looking into the camera the way he was. It's almost like he was trying to give a warning, almost like he was giving a warning and alerting somebody. Yeah, what's going on, Randy? Is there trouble in chat? Do what you have to do if you have to do it. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to these questions. Okay. Who did Corey Hatrock owe money to? And that's a big one. Now, we know of somebody, a different creator that's saying, that and we believe that Farley was involved too. And there's we're going to be connecting so many things and putting different shows up here in the next couple of weeks. It's really some pretty heavy stuff. And I mean, we've already showed people how the relationships between Farley and Gunderson and them, you know what I'm saying? And there's so many more connections in this case. I mean, it is crazy, people, when you really start investigating how things intertwine together and how people are related. And it just is like crazy. And like I was telling you before, you jump on one branch and sometimes that breaks off and then you have to climb back up the tree and get on another branch. And sometimes you go down this branch and you climb back to the main part of the tree and go on to another branch because they're connected somehow. And it's crazy. Yes, there was a 911 call from the Moose Lodge, and there was a backpack missing. Now you have a guy by the name of Jonah Chapin. Okay, Jonah Chapin at the grub truck. Let me get back to that. Yeah, did the backpack end up at 11:22? Did Maddie really flush some of the pills down the toilet? Did someone in the house owe money? Maybe Farley was at Linda Lane, but more probable it was these four: Forsberg, Chapin, Towner, and Miller. Now, one thing we have learned, we do know, let's see, where did I go? Okay. We do know who Mr. Chapin's mother is. Okay. We do know that. We do know he's one of four brothers. Does that remind you of anything? Four brothers. Okay. One thing I think I'm missing is what is it? I'm missing something, but I can't think right now. Okay, was the DNA, and check this out. Check this question out. Was the DNA really Ethan's under Maddie's nails? Think about this, people, because when you got relatives, it could be Hunter Chapin's, because they you know what I'm saying? Unless Hunter provided his DNA, or it could be Jonah's. You see what I'm saying? Is it really? Because it doesn't make sense that Ethan's DNA was under the nails. Just doesn't make sense. So was it somebody? I'd like to see the DNA report on that. Is it somebody that's just really, really close to Ethan? No, that's interesting, Susan. Ethan Chapin has a half-brother that has a lot to say when he is sure that his family will be safe. News Nation interview from early in the case. Oh, I don't remember that. That B, did you hear that? I got to do something. Oh, right. Okay, so another thing that we have to talk about is the Candyman. Well, guess what they call Mr. Towner? They call Towner the pharmacist. They call Mr. Towner the pharmacist. Is he the Candyman? Is he the Candyman? Is he who puts pills together? The pharmacist. Okay, so did you hear that? Let me type here. That is very interesting. Where is it here? Oh, dang. Where are we at here? I got to go back to the comments because that comment is really good. It's from Susan Bowen. I don't remember this. Does any of my investigators remember this? Ethan Chapin has a half brother that has a lot to say when he is sure that his family will be safe. News Nation interview from early in the case. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? You do, Randy? Okay. Well, that's just crazy because I don't remember that. But that might be the half brother. No, okay. Actually, that makes sense. Actually, that does make sense, even though, I don't know, I'm going to talk to our investigators on that one. But that would make sense in some ways because if he is one of the Red Rummers, let's say, looking for that backpack, and now I've heard those rumors before. They were looking for a backpack. Does anybody remember that? Was Jonah the one with the backpacks at the Moose Lodge? Is that why he's looking in that camera? Like, I'm going to fuck you up. That's what he's looking in that camera like. He's looking at that camera because he's looking for his backpack. That's very well could be. I'm not saying it's true, okay? But coincidences. And then we get back to the DNA. Was that really Ethan's DNA under the fingernails? Because here you would have a possible half-brother that might be looking for his backpack with drugs and money in it. Mr. Chapin's. Now, see, I want to talk to my. I need to talk to my. Okay. I'm being told Eric Chapin. He has 2 older stepbrothers and 1 older stepsister. Yes, Jim was previously married. So the deal is, why was he looking at that camera the way he was? And was he the one at the Moose Lodge with the backpack? And did it end up at 11:22? Did Maddie really flush some of the pills? Did someone in the house owe money? And maybe Farley was at Linda Lane, but more probable it was these four. Farley could have been there, though. I mean, I heard Farley. Forsberg, Chapin, Towner, and Miller. We feel that that's a very high probability of the four. Was the DNA really Ethan's? And yeah, we already went through that. Okay. How many students are really undercover? That's going on throughout the United States. I ran a show on it. The guy in South Dakota. It's going on across the United States, and they're ending up dead. They're becoming informants for the DEA, for law enforcement, for the FBI, and then they end up dead. Look it up sometime, even on YouTube or on Google. Google it, and you will see what's going on across the country with CIs and undercover agents, young kids. And there's some questions right there. Was somebody in the house an undercover agent or a CI? I mean, these questions have to be asked. Like this channel, we turn over every stone. We ask every question. We don't, and we're sorry if it hurts people's feelings and all that, but that's what you have to do in cases. And you go through things, and when you find out, you debunk things, you drop them, and you move on, and that's the way investigators should do it all over the place. You look at everything, even the wild, crazy stuff, because this world is wild and crazy right now. So anyway, was Kaylee an informant, sleuth, who her wounds were the worst? Is this the level of trafficking that the FBI wasn't in town for? Was Kaylee an informant? I hate that when that happens. Was Kaylee an informant / sleuth? Her wounds were the worst. Is this the level of trafficking that the FBI wasn't in town for? And right now, I want to see what my family is all saying, okay? May I do that? And I'm going to share some of the stuff. Let's see. Wonders Deep said the BK, there could be a connection between BK and Jay. Yes, I think I heard that rumor. And that's what we're doing right now. Like I said, this is about rumors and what's going around to match up on some stuff, because a lot of times rumors turn out to be true. And this backpack thing is true when it comes to that they had these backpacks. Yes, it is true. Nobody saw it. Yes, KP. That I don't think we're allowed to see the actually the arrest. Angel says there's one of the brothers who looks exactly like Ethan too. Julian, I think he was. Yes, that family. The brothers are all Jonah, Julian. I mean, they're all J's. Cryptic says, why were there 2 government SUVs parked on Linden Lane the whole night, November 13th, 2022? I'm not sure if that's what was going on there. Yep, exactly, Ben Reuter. Fox Ben Reuter. I'll tell you why that's funny to me sometime. Send me an email and I'll tell you something. Okay, so what else do we got? Just saying says maybe someone dropped backpack at their home. You could really get hurt for that much missing. Yes, you could. And that's what I'm saying. And I guess what makes me think that way is, Maddie, what did you tell Adam? I told Adam everything. That just kind of, and that still gets to me, that whole saying. And Steve G, he blows it off like it's, oh, they're just talking girl talk. Oh, really? And at the end, Jack Showalter says, they're going to get you for that, Maddie. They're going to get you for that, Maddie. Was it the backpack? Did this all happen because of that backpack? And actually, there was two of them. We have to ask these questions. Okay, so Chief Fry, by the time this was done, people will be shocked. Do you remember when he said that? People remember that? By the time this case is over, people will be shocked. Anybody remember that? I do. I remember very well. Is this why? Oh, I hate that it does that. Is this why our people are afraid to speak? Is this why the Chapins are so silent? Like I said, there's many things to this, and this is just the tip of the iceberg on this. There's much more coming on this. The next couple of weeks, our shows between Rory's channel and this channel, there is going to be some major booms coming. And I want to thank our investigators on this. You know who you are. And pulling all-nighters. I mean, all-nighters. Investigating every little crevice, because that's what needs to be done. It is crunch time, folks. It is crunch time. And it's time everybody gets serious and starts doing their work, their homework, and investigating every little piece. I mean, look what we found out. Just, this all happened last night. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Something else I want to show. And it was here, hold on. Just give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to bring this. Okay, and I'm gonna show something now. And I was actually on this program. Rory was on this program. Brett Norton was on this program. Bullhorn Betty was on that program. Not that. Now we have certain opinions on people, whatever. But there's an interesting thing on this. And this was from Paramount here. So let's just take a listen. Okay, so here we go. She's interviewing a guy in prison here. Okay, let's just listen.
There it is. Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now? Steve reached out to us a little while ago and said that you had some really interesting
Well, I guess the quick way to say it was that I used to run security for fentanyl packages that were going wherever, and I was sitting inside of a car, a Cadillac, at a gas station. We got stuck in a snowdrift, and in the snowdrift, my buddy, he gave me 2 bags of stuff to get rid of. You need to get rid of these bags because it connects me to some pretty hairy shit, and I got rid of the stuff.
and that's what Steve was referring to as the backpack?
Yeah, 2 backpacks.
2 backpacks, okay.
This was supposed to be a burglary, and they got this Range Rover in front of the house, so it's looking like they have money. The burglary was supposed to happen to go get money from the house or to get the car, and instead, all this bad stuff happens.
Can you tell us who the accomplice is?
I'm like,
Okay, so
She lost him. Okay, so but let's listen to this again, folks. If you have to, turn up your TVs. However you can hear this, listen to this.
the quick way to say it was that I used to run security for fentanyl packages that were going wherever, and I was sitting inside of a car, a Cadillac, at a gas station. We got stuck in a snowdrift, and in the snowdrift, my buddy, he gave me 2 bags of stuff to get rid of. You need to get rid of these bags because it connects me to some pretty hairy shit, and I got rid of the stuff.
and that's what Steve was referring to as the backpack?
Yeah, 2 backpacks.
2 backpacks, okay.
2 backpacks.
This was supposed to be a burglary.
This was supposed to be a burglary.
Range Rover in front of the house. So
The Range
it looked
Rover?
like they have money. The burglary was supposed to happen to go get money from the house or to get the car, and instead, all this bad stuff happens.
Can you tell us who the
Instead,
accomplice
all this
is?
bad stuff happened.
Okay, so. Oh, wait, there it is.
So instead, all this bad stuff happened. Backpacks. You have a Chapin looking into the camera. Like, and I'm telling you, he did that on purpose. He looked directly into that camera on purpose. People don't usually go and look for a camera and then just look in that camera. That was done for a reason. Possible not involved. KP says, Jane, nope. Hitler said the roommates were victims of the burglary in court. Were the victims of a burglary in court. Link to what, Jane? To that, I'd rather not. It's my personal YouTube. I had to upload it to my personal YouTube. The name, Archer and Empress, the name of that show was Cyber Sleuths. And on the third, it's a third episode, and the third and last episode of it. and it's at, I think it's at 117 maybe, or somewhere in there, something like that. Like an hour and 17 minutes. I don't know. It's something like that. It's in the third episode anyway. And Rory's in there. I'm in there. Golf is in there. And I'm not sure who, I think there was one other on panel. If you watch the whole thing, I kind of attacked Doc on it. Because that was when we kind of found out what they were doing. And I kind of screamed at her that, you know, she's affecting other people's lives and stuff. So I didn't even know that was going to be on Paramount. So, all right. Well, that's your opinion, Angela. That's your opinion. I don't know what you're calling BS on, but yeah. I'm just trying to see what everybody's saying. We don't know that he's lying. He's in prison. He's already sweet and salty. He's already in prison. He has nothing to hide anymore or anything, and he's just telling what he knows. So apparently, allegedly, yeah. But he does mention backpacks, and of course, people, you know, good liars, they mix the, you know, lies in with the truth, so you never know what, you know, you never know what they are lying, or if they're telling the truth or what. That's for another day, Michelle. The interview, well, I think Paramount, didn't that come out like a year ago or something? Maybe not quite that long ago. I'm not sure, because that was Bullhorn Betty or somebody, and I don't watch her, and you know, so I'm not sure when that interview took place. Yeah, exactly. Woke up. There's so much that we forget, and I'm telling you, those backpacks. You know, you have to ask: is that what it was all about? Was it about just was that what it was about? I remember hearing about right at the beginning of the case, or towards the beginning of the case, that there was backpacks missing, or at least one backpack missing from the Moose Lodge, which was right there. And then you start thinking, you know, when we're doing these investigations, your mind does go places. You know, you're trying to think, and what comes up in our mind is, why did he look in that camera like that? It was like he was trying to tell somebody that we're coming after you. Then you have Jack Showalter saying they're going to get you for this, Maddie. Did Maddie have that backpack and give it to somebody to go drop at the house? And that could be too. Something like that. I'm surprised. Does anybody know if someone said that the video cameras were out at the corner club. But then how did they get that one picture? You know what I'm saying? I would love to see what went on in that corner club that night. And if there was a backpack involved somewhere in that bar from the Moose Lodge. Yeah. But yeah, it makes you think all this stuff, you know. Yes, and Kopaka, we're thinking of that too. You really need to look into, like I say, everybody and everything. And that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to ask the questions that should be asked. everybody should be asking questions, and Bill Thompson should be asking questions. How can Bill Thompson sit there and he's got to know. He's got to fucking know. Because why weren't they asking these questions from day one? That's what I don't get. Exactly, Tonka. Yes, there was a call about harassment, but what I heard is it was I heard different stories, and I don't know if they're true. You know what I'm saying? I heard Maddie was involved in that. Now I don't know if she went over to the Moose Lodge or not, but I heard JS was bothering her there, and then bothering her both at the Corner Club and at Moose Lodge. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I know somebody was being bothered there because there was a call to the police department on it, and that there's a backpack missing, and so you know what I mean. How many 1 + 1s equal 2? You know what I mean? Don't put it this way. How many 1 + 1s don't equal 2 in this case? Because there's so many that looks like could equal 2. But this is another whole area to go into, because you do have a Chapin, a Jonah Chapin. And you have the other ones, Towner and what were the names? Towner. Hold on a second. Could this have dominoed? Could it have dominoed to JJB Recco? Could it have dominoed, a domino effect? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to think about, and we know more, but we can't say it yet. We can't go there yet. And I know that there's going to be some creators scrambling to get some of this information, and that's fine. We don't care, just so the information gets out there. So again, I'm going to show, because I mean, there's a lot of people in here that did not see that picture, and I'm going to show it one more time. So now look at the way this guy is looking. And this guy's name is Jonah Chapin. Jonah Chapin. And he was at the Grub Chuck that night. Now, there was at least one backpack missing from the Moose Lodge. Was it his? Did it have stuff in there? Did it end up at 11:22? Let me see if I can do this or not. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. What the hell? There. Now, let me see what comes next. There's another picture of him. This is Jonah again. This is after he got out of prison here, and he's got a tattoo on his head now. He's pretty buff now. There's another picture of him. This is Jonah Chapin, folks. And there's Gage Forsberg. Okay. And this is Towner. This is the guy they call the pharmacist. Is this the candy man that we all have heard about? Why would he be called the pharmacist? Because he's not a pharmacist. We looked that up. So anyway, I hope that gets some people chatting, and I hope people look at things. Rory has got something going on at the Truth, at his Truth channel here in 14 minutes. And so, yeah, I'm going to end it here. We needed to get this out. I'll end it with some music, of course. I'm gonna play that little kids band again. Because that's just totally awesome. And I'll end it with some music, and then Rory's channel, the Truth channel, is going to be live here in about 13 minutes. I do believe. So that's Sunday night is their night. So thank you, Chickbait. And I thank all of you. I love you all, my subs, my chatters, and even my subs that don't chat. I love you just the same. My mods. And this was produced by Mod Investigations. I'm what they call the executive producer or whatever. But this was done between my Mod Investigations and myself, and they've been kicking some ass, and I love you, my mods, and the Mod Investigations. You are awesome. You're the best, and I want to say good night to all my subs. You are my heart. My mods, you are my soul. And that's for sure. Until next time, rock and roll. Here's the little kids.
Nobody gonna take my car, I'm gonna race it to the ground. Nobody gonna beat my car, it's gonna break the speed of sound. Ooh, it's a killing machine, it's got everything. Like a driving tower, big fat tires and everything. I love it, I need it, I see it. Yeah, it's a wild hurricane. Alright, hold tight.
watching our cover of So Cold by Breaking Benjamin. If you want to show some extra support like our friend Kieran Hurst, click the link in the description to join our
All our times have come. Here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind or the sun or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Valentine is done. Here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and Juliet, women every day. And Juliet, women every day, like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la. Love of two is one. Here, but now they're gone. Came the last night of sadness, and it was clear that she couldn't go on. And the door was open and the wind appeared. The candles blew then disappeared. The curtains flew and he appeared. Don't be afraid. Come on, baby. She had no shoes. She raised her hand and they started to fly. They looked backwards and said goodbye. She had become like they are. She had taken his hand. She had become like they are. Come on, baby. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly.